And welcome to Filament Flashback. We're going to be talking about the Minolta 16 camera, released in 1956. The Minolta 16 was a compact film camera that was popular for its size and affordability. It featured a fixed 16mm f2.8 lens and a built-in exposure meter. I can't. That's so funny. Uh, Hello, and welcome to Flashback, Filament Flashback. Welcome to our video on the Minolta 16 camera. The Minolta 16 is a compact 16mm film camera that was produced by the Japanese company Minolta in the 1950s. It's known for its compact size and easy-to-use features, making it a popular choice for casual photographers. One of the standout features of the Minolta 16 is its simple operation. I love that. What sentence is that? It has a fixed focus lens, so you don't have to worry about focusing the camera manually. This is true, it does. It also has a built-in flash. It does not have a built-in flash, guys. I mean, granted, this is AI, um, which makes it great for low light situations. I wonder what they're thinking of, what the AI is thinking of, because the 16 does not have a built-in flash. It's like, I don't know how they would know that. Look at the specs, it doesn't have flash on it. The Minolta 16 is a great camera for those just starting out with film photography, or for those looking for a compact and easy-to-use camera for everyday use. It's also a popular choice for collectors, thanks to its retro design and nostalgia factor. Retro design and nostalgia factor. I don't think that camera gurus are interested in the nostalgia of the Minolta 16. Um, I could be very wrong, but it's not really a nostalgia driving look. It was used by hobbyists for its size and weight. You could put this in things you couldn't fit another camera in. You could get this in uh, on a model airplane where you couldn't get a regular size camera on a model airplane. I don't believe 110 film was a thing yet, and so being able to load your camera with 16mm film uh, made the camera smaller, made all the parts lighter and smaller, and it had a varied array of features. It did have a decent set of let's see if I can, I don't think there's a way to show that. Yes, there is. It did have a decent set of shutter speeds and apertures, including a bulb mode. So that was very nice for shooting in low light, but it did not have a built-in flash. Don't trust anything you hear now, because this entire script was written by an AI. If you're interested in getting your hands on a Minolta 16, you can find them for sale online or at vintage camera stores. They're generally quite affordable, making them a great option for those on a budget. That is very true. So if you're looking for a simple and compact film camera, again, if you're interested, if you're looking for that's dull and drab writing style, very computer-esque, isn't it? If you're looking for a simple and compact film camera, the Minolta 16 is definitely worth considering. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this video informative. Let's regenerate. This is very interesting. So this is all about the Minolta 16. It was, oh, now it was produced in the 1950s and 60s. Well, that's probably true. I think it came out in 58. So maybe that's possibly true. This one says it's a 16mm f2.8 lens. It is a 22mm f 2.8 lens. So again, you're going to have so much misinformation now that we have AI generating things. Despite its small size, the Minolta 16 was a versatile camera that could produce great results in a variety of shooting conditions. It was particularly popular for street photography and documentary work. Documentary work, I guess, thanks to its compact size and discreet design. Discreet. It was a spy camera, ladies and gentlemen. It was a spy camera, and it was designed in the 50s. It was then knocked off by Russia in the Soviet Union, I believe. And you can find this camera, this exact camera, everything knocked off 100% with Russian or Slavic or whatever the um, I'm not gonna be Cyrillic. You can find Cyrillic on their version, which is neat. It's like the same camera. The glass is, of course, different. I'm sure it's not like imported glass or anything. It's their own glass. So it's going to have a different lens. This is a Rockor lens, which was Minolta's house glass. And it did take good pictures for its size. And it was very lightweight, and you could put it places. It did not have a built-in flash, however, it did have a built-in flash shoe. Maybe that's what they are talking about. That's possibly what AI has picked up on, is that it has a built-in flash hookup, hot plug. I don't know what those are called. Let's see here. Let's regenerate a response. Let's do it on a different camera. I have this newer Sony. I wonder if it knows more about that. But one more on this Minolta 16. This is very interesting. Hello and welcome to our channel. By the way, I told it to write a YouTube script about the Minolta 16 camera. Because there's a Minolta 16 projector which projects the slides that you would take with this camera. It was a smaller projector because it's a small camera. It was a system. Let's see here. Welcome to Filament Flashback. Today we're going to be talking about the Minolta 16 camera. The Minolta 16 is a sub-miniature. Ah, that's the first script that's called it a sub-miniature. That is true, it is a sub-miniature. That was first produced in 1953. I thought it was 1958, so maybe it's 1953. No, you can't go off of any of this. This is all written by an AI. By the Japanese company Minolta. It's a film camera that uses 16mm film, which is smaller than the more commonly used 35mm film. Well, you know what? I don't know that it was more commonly used when this came out, but smaller than the now more commonly used 35mm film, but it's not even commonly used now. Now it's digital. So when was this written? Well, this was just written by an AI. So that's interesting. One of the standout features of the Minolta, it's going to say its compact size. Yes, there it is its compact size. It's small enough to fit in your pocket, making it a great option for photographers with pockets. No, photographers who want to carry their camera with them wherever they go. Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense. I feel like some things just don't need to be said. The Minolta 16 has a fixed 25, well now it has a fixed 25mm lens, which is not true either. It's a fixed 22mm lens. They're dancing around that number, which is equivalent to a 50mm lens on a full frame camera. That might be a 22 versus, I mean, that's possible because there's really no, when you're looking, when you're taking the picture and you're looking through, can I even show you what that looks like? When you're looking through here, there's not a whole lot of distortion that's happening. It's really just kind of, all right, it's a little distortion. it does make the view a little bit smaller. All right. So I was going to say there's no lens, but there is. It does shrink down the image a bit. 50 millimeter is about equivalent to what you see with your eye. So the fact that it shrinks it down in the viewfinder, I'm going to assume it shrinks it down on with the lens too, and say that it's not an equivalent 50 millimeter, and that it's equivalent to a 35 or 40 millimeter in 16 millimeter world. Um, it also has a simple two-speed shutter with choice of 130 or 160. No, it doesn't. It has a complex shutter with choice of bulb, 30, 60, 125, 250, and speeds as high as 500, which could, gosh, what you could catch some serious stuff with 500, like a I don't know, propeller, like an airplane propeller might still be blurry at that, but it would stop it somewhat. You would see the individual propellers. You'd be able to tell how many blades were on that propeller at 1/500. Still be some motion blur, but still, that's 1/500 was no slouch. That's you could get a lot done with 1/500, and it's 1/500th. I know. The Minolta 16 has a. We already read that. One of the drawbacks of the Minolta 16 is its limited low light performance. This camera doesn't have a built-in flash. Hey, this one got it right. So you'll need to use a separate flash if you want to take pictures in dimly lit environments, which is not true. You don't need to. You can also just put it on bulb mode and sit there for 30 seconds. I mean, that's not, it depends on what you're taking a picture of. Set it on a table, put it in bulb mode, set it on the table, point it at whatever you want, and then go ham. And just don't fucking move. And then when you're ready, you be very careful and you release that shutter, because don't bump it. But no, you could take low light without a flash, and I mean it's silly. You are sitting there unless you're taking a picture from like inside a church or something where it's rude to have a flash, and you just got to rely on long shutter. It does have a flash hookup, so that's really neat. Despite its limitations, the Minolta 16 is a classic camera that has gained a loyal following among collectors. No, it hasn't. Nobody uses this thing. Nobody collects this thing. This thing is worth 5, 10, $20 tops. Um, the most expensive thing for it is the uh, lenses that I don't have for this one. Go figure. Um, it says among collectors, fine, I'll give them that. And film photographers, that's where I had the problem. No, nobody's using this. Not even street photographers are using this. Nobody has 16 millimeter film to put in this. No, this is as useful as an Advantex camera. If you're a fan of vintage cameras or just want a compact option for your photography, I suggest you do not get one of these for that. It says I suggest. uh, it says it's definitely worth considering. No, it's not. This is not worth considering as a usable street photography camera or anything. You would be better off getting currently made 110 film, even if it is old stock that's relabeled, and a 110 camera, and just go out and do it that way with an old 110, and you can get a nice Minolta. We should do that, actually. I should grab my Minolta SLR. Let me see what that is, and let's do a I this is crazy. What's the SLR? I think it's just called Minolta S. It's literally the Minolta 110. SLR is what I believe it's called. The 110 Zoom SLR. Okay, let's tell it to write us a thing. Oh gosh. Um, let's go ahead and delete that one and start a new chat. Write a okay. Write a YouTube script about the Minolta. I just couldn't decide what to write, so we're gonna write a YouTube script about the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR. So hopefully this hones in, and already we're in a different decade. We've gone from the 50s to the 70s and 80s, which is true. It definitely is one of those, and I don't think it's the 70s. Maybe tail end. We'd actually have to look it up, but I'm gonna go ahead and read this. I should go grab that Minolta that I have. Let me grab that. I'll be right back. Okie doke. So this is one of my most fun. I love to take this places because everybody sees it. You throw that flash on there. I have a honkin'. It's fun just to get reactions. I put this big old flash on there, and then we've got this situation, and it actually takes really good pictures like this or like this. This way, you get the side lighting bouncing off the wall. It works really well. And this way, you get it off the ceiling. You have to, you get a little bit of shadow behind them sometimes. But if you do it this way, it bounces off the wall at an angle. You barely get any shadow. You get an interesting look. It looks like the room was well lit. That's all. Go figure. But I really enjoy having such a large flash on such a small. It's the film is just a little 110 cartridge, and it's just so fun. And then I will do a video on this one eventually. This is my Opa's Olympus Stylus Epic, or uh, Infinity. I'm sorry, not Epic. This is not the Epic. This is the Olympus Infinity Stylus. And it's just one of the original OG Infinity uh, styluses. It's been on a lot of vacations. It might have some light leaks. Uh, I I have to run a. We'll do a video on that. Run a thing of film through that. But that's been on a lot of family vacations. Taking a lot of pictures. Uh, I'll have to see if I can find some pictures that I definitely know were taken with this thing, and put those up when I do that video. Alright, let's see what it says about this Minolta. This is hilarious. Let's go ahead and plop that down right there. There we go. Alright, here we go. Now, hello, and welcome to our channel. Today we're taking a closer look. Oh, sorry, closer look. Okay, there you go. Today we're taking a closer look at the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR, a compact and lightweight film camera that was popular in the 1970s and 1980s. One of the standout features of the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR is its versatile 28 to 55 millimeter zoom lens. Is that right? Not anywhere near. No. It was a 25 to 50. Uh, yeah. All right. It was okay. Not. I said not anywhere near. It was quite near. 25, 28. It said not 25, and it was 50, and it was 50. So I'll almost give it that. It was 25. You get a little bit more on the wide end. All right. Which allows you to capture a wide range of shots from wide angle to telephoto. Well, 50 is not telephoto without having to change lenses. The camera also has a built-in flash. No, again, it doesn't. It has a hot shoe, which is great for low light situations and a variety of shooting modes, including auto, program, aperture priority, and manual. This has one shooting mode. I'm sorry, it has three shooting modes. Um, it's locked. It has a bulb mode, believe it or not. Yeah, it was bulb mode. It has a I want to say, um, one 100th of a second. It could be, 1/60th of a second. It's either 60 or 100. X speed for flash sync. And an auto, which will fire the flash if need be, I believe, and I'm not 100% sure about that if it does or not. Um, but I've gotten some decent pictures back out of this, and it's fun to shoot. Let's. The Minolta 110 Zoom SLRs are reliable. No, it's not. These break all the time. They're hard to find working. And well-built camera. Again, what I just said. It's a great choice for photographers who want a compact and lightweight film camera with a wide range of shooting options. Again, no, this is candid. Candor. What is it? This is candor. This is banter. If you're looking for a film camera that's easy to use and produces great results, the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR is definitely worth considering. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other videos for more reviews and photography tips. I don't do reviews or photography tips. Nice guess though. I do appreciate that it thought that I had a channel that did reviews and photography tips, given that I was asking it to write a story about a camera. That is pretty spot on. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're talking, taking. Today we're taking a look at the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR, a compact, lightweight film camera that was popular in the 1970s and 80s. The Minolta 110 Zoom SLR was known for its small size, making it a great option for photographers on the go. And it was also equipped with a built-in flash and a variety of shooting modes. Again, no and not really. You get this that changes it from a -2 to a +2, and everybody says that you should just leave it on 0. And to be honest, it doesn't really do anything. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to change the aperture, or it's an exposure value plus and minus that you can kind of play with to bracket your shots, but it's A, it's 110 film. B, it doesn't know there's not really a noticeable difference when you do use it. If you do bracket your shots, it's not really going to make it one shot stand out. It's a 110 film camera. Yes, it's an SLR. Yes, you get to see what you're composing, but it doesn't make it a great camera. It doesn't make it a good lens. It's a Minolta, I'm assuming Rocore. Yeah, it is. Overall, the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR was a reliable, again, not really, and popular, not really, film film camera that offered a range of features Um, what it didn't have was it has a tripod mount here, and so you would mount it this way, and so it really looked like a movie camera. Um, and it got mistaken for movie camera a lot, and because this is about what movie cameras looked like back in the day, at the same time. And I mean, even before this, this came out. It said 70s and 80s. Um, I could look that up, but I believe it. There's batteries in here. Yeah, always keep your batteries in your cameras. That's choice. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more photography content. All right, let's regenerate one more story on the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR. There we go. Hello and welcome to Filament Flashback. Today we're taking, I still got it used to my name. Hello and welcome to Filament Flashback. Today we're taking a closer look at the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR, released in the late 70s. Okay, yeah, I believe that. The Minolta 110 Zoom SLR was a revolutionary camera that utilized the 110 film format, that's true, which was popular at the time due to its size and convenience. This is all true. It was also cheaper than 35, also due to its size. You got about half as much film, so it cost about half as much. You were able to get about as many images as a cheap 35 roll, and it still was cheaper. The downside was the grain was objectionably bigger, thicker, grittier. Depends on what you shot with. If you shot with expensive film, then why were you shooting 110? So you shot with cheap film, and so you dealt with it. You didn't care that your pictures looked like a Thomas Kincaid. One of the standout features of the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR was its zoom lens, which allowed for a range of 28 to 48, close. It's 25 to 50. Again, with the just pulled those numbers from other cameras. This gave photographers a lot of flexibility when it came to framing their shots and made it easy to capture everything from wide-angle landscapes to tight close-ups. Again, 50 is not wide angle. 50 is about equivalent to what your eye sees. Um, yeah. Overall, the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR was a popular choice for photographers looking for a compact and versatile camera that could deliver great results. If you're a fan of vintage cameras, or you just like, if you're if you're a fan of vintage cameras, or are just looking for a unique addition to your collection. Oh man, okay. If I like that actually, that's good. If you're a fan of vintage cameras or are just looking for a unique addition to your collection, the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR is definitely worth checking out. I feel like if you're a fan of cameras or are looking for a unique addition to your collection is so that must have been used by somebody. They stole that from somebody else because that's just really well put together. Um, and a lot of this sounds so much like it was stolen from LTT. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more camera news and photography tips. Camera news. Today in camera news, this just in, film is dead. Man. Hello and welcome to our video on the Minolta 110 Zoom SLR camera. Released in 1979. We're getting more detailed dates every time we refresh this. That's interesting. Released in 1979. And I want to look this up because now we've gone from the 70s and 80s, and then we went to late 70s. And I'll bet it's just the Minolta is an aperture priority fixed. Why can't it give me this stuff, this true stuff? And just on the main page of Google, it has a built-in 4.5, it's a f4.5 25 to 55 millimeter zoom lens with a 40.5 millimeter filter thread. That's this right here is 40, which it doesn't even say on here. That's interesting. I didn't even know that was a filter thread. That's neat. Okay. See, I'm getting more info from the main page of Google, not even clicking on any of the results, just reading the first two sentences of every web page on the main page of Google. I'm getting more correct information than three or four reiterations of that script that was created by the AI. Like, I'm really worried about this. It it's like it has to be so careful that it's not what's that called when you steal somebody's writing? Uh, it has to be so careful that it's not plagiarizing, that it it just makes up numbers, because then it can't plagiarize because nowhere on the internet does it say that this is that lens. So it didn't plagiarize because it's not that lens. Like, oh man, there's so much. They have a long way to go with this, and people are going to trust AI for way too much. I think we're going to have too many YouTube channels that are created with this AI write a YouTube script about, and then just enter name of thing you want to write a script on. It's crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna head out, taking this with me.